Dan Van Gundy. And we've got Allie LaForce reporting from the sideline. You look at the Hornets. Now here's Murray. And Stan, talking about this matchup for a second. When it comes to moving the ball, these two teams have to be considered two of the very best at it.
Couldn't agree more, Kevin. Both of these groups, very selfless. Got to give a lot of credit to these coaching staffs for getting their guys to buy in on a team-first mentality. That makes for some tremendous team chemistry. And by the way, it wins a lot of games, too. It's so easy for Giannis to dunk it. It must be nice, huh, guys?
That bucket in no time at all.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And so Wagner will bring it up for the Kings. Down low. And Antetokounmpo. Oh, and Antetokounmpo hammers it in.
Giannis will take on any defender. Nice finish that time.
Maxey into the lane. And a wide open look for Hero. And it's the Hornets another three.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And Antetokounmpo with the jam.
He just powered that
one of the game's top dunkers. You know, Stan, there are so many things to like about Giannis Antetokounmpo's game. What sticks out most for you?
Well, look, I think, Kevin, most fans are going to say what sticks out is the obvious, his size and his athletic ability. But to me, what really stands out is the energy and intensity he brings on a nightly basis, as much or more than any star in this league. You can count on him every night to play as hard as anyone on the floor. The presence Giannis has on the floor is incredible. He's must-see TV.
And that one's good by Gay.
Well, you can't start the game much better than this. 4 of 5 from the field.
Pass to Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
And the jam by Rudy Gay.
And we all know Gay is capable of dunking it. The D can't let him get to that launching pad there. You're only asking for trouble. And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Over in the corner. It's good from long range. Hero's got 6 points.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and Giannis throws it down.
Yeah, I think Murray is at his most effective when he's focused on creating plays for others.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Charlotte making a switch. Charlotte in the lead. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thanks. Yeah, Sacramento's head coach and I were able to chat briefly. I brought up Tyrese Maxey and I asked him what makes him so hard to guard. He said, quote, to put things simply, his speed and his decision-making. He's one of the fastest guys in the game and also picks smart shots to take. That combination is lethal. We'll see how his defense fares against Maxey tonight. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Allie, thank you.
Look, that's just easy picking for Wagner in the corner. Right in his wheelhouse.
Gay takes it out to Siakam. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Here's Sacramento now. They trail by 1. Inside. Here's Murray. It's tipped. Gay inside. It's stolen by Bagley. Pass to Wagner. And finished off by Wagner.
Well, with his size and power, Wagner can seem unstoppable at the rim.
Here's Maxey. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for Sacramento. Outside Williams. Jackson has the open look. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Jackson's got 5 points so far. Here's Maxey. Stolen by Jackson. Kicks it out to Wagner. Stolen by Gay. And now Maxey pushing it up, and no one back there to stop him.
It can't be careless when Gay is lurking nearby. Love how he uses that athleticism to kind of pounce on the passing lane.
Now here's Murray. Deep 2 from Wagner. Again, Sacramento.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
And don't sleep on Maxey's vertical. He's great at using it to hammer those down.
And finished off by Bagley.
Both teams racking up the points to start this game.
Yeah, and I'm sure both coaches would like to see more defensive intensity from their teams.
Now here's Murray. 6 to shoot. Back to Williams. And it's Williams with the jam.
Well, Murray's got a great feel of when to let that pass go in the pick and roll.
From deep, Maxey. Franz Wagner grabs the miss. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Sacramento. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Sacramento.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
Here's Stuckey after the basket by Charlotte. Pass to Thor. Here's Antetokounmpo. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Here's a Sunday. No good on the 3. Charlotte trailing. Now here's Capella. Back to Bridges. Pass to Melton. Outside, Maxey. Antetokounmpo with the steal. And stolen by Maxey. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thank you, guys. Giannis Antetokounmpo is embracing his emotional leadership role. He said, before I was really serious and quiet, now I'm more vocal, smiling, having fun. It carries over. I love to lead by example, but I know that my voice carries a lot of weight. Guys, back over to you.
It sure does. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report.
Oh, Kevin, not a penny, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunny. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Pass to Hero. Lets it go from deep. Here's Capella. It's hauled in by 4.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Every aspect of Giannis's game showing tonight, just unreal.
And here is Hero. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Maxey. Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Yeah, a difference maker on the glass. Capella has been doing this for a long time.
Giannis charging into the lane. And the dunk by Giannis.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Shots good by Hero. So, Stan, when it comes to preparing your team for a game, as a coach, what are the main things you're trying to get across?
Well, look, Kevin, I think the main things is you've got to decide what the main things are. And when you've got maybe an hour to prepare a team for a game, they're not going to be able to go through everything you would like them to know. But you got to decide. You got to prioritize. These are the 2 or 3 things we've got to get done tonight, and you've got to have a clear understanding of those.
Stuckey for 3. The Hornets pull it in. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip. And their offense is really clicking right now.
Playing with a lot of energy and really taking it to the defense. And one for the highlight reel. And you see after multiple knee surgeries, Griffin can still get up.
Now, here's Maxey. 10 points for him. Here's Hero. And Charlotte again with the bucket. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle steps for the Hornets?
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And something else they've done well tonight is finding points in transition. So far, the fast break has been a plus for them.
Charlotte making some changes. All free throws good from Antetokounmpo.
I think what makes Giannis special is how uncomplicated he is. The man is just an incredible, pure athlete who simply loves the game of basketball. That's all there is to it.
Now, here's Siakam. He's got 6. And despite all the accolades, GA, is it possible that Pascal Siakam is underrated?
Absolutely. Spicy P is one of the best two-way players in the league. Exceptionally versatile, and his impact goes beyond his impressive stat line.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. So, Stan, you don't see a whole lot of players, 6'10", with the perimeter skills of a Franz Wagner.
Oh, you sure don't, Kevin. And not a guy with his size, strength, and skill. And he can create shots for himself. He can finish through contact. And he will also create shots for his team.
And the rejection by Jackson. Just 3 to shoot. Outside Howard. Rebound by Williams.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. Might not always fall.
That's one of those heat check shots. And heat check is a synonym for bad shots.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Here's Pajemski. After the basket by Franz Wagner. "36 seconds left to play here in the half. Siakam outside. And another three for Charlotte.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
To the inside. And it's Wagner missing. And here's Charlotte. They're on a 20-6 run. Siakam misses. Here's Jackson. Basket counts. Jackson's got 7 points.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Siakam for 3. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And we'll be right back after this. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Charlotte leading by 6. Gay outside. With the fadeaway. And good that time. Gay's got the first field goal of the second half for the Hornets.
Love watching Gay stroke it from there. His in-between game is strong. Measures it perfectly.
Well, that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks.
And that one drops.
Well, he's a 3-level scorer. That's what Wagner can do.
Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession. The Kings trail by 6. Outside, out of the Kumbo. And they double up Wagner. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tyrese Maxey. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Here's Murray. Lays it up and banks it in. Murray's got 6 points.
And when he gets to the rim like that, it's almost impossible to take away options from Murray.
Hero looking over the defense. Good D by Williams. And Sacramento has possession. Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for him.
First personal foul.
Well, at 6'10", GA, Franz Wagner provides great versatility to this offense.
Yeah, and he's a solid decision maker, capable of running the show. He's a gifted scorer and playmaker. Plus, he provides matchup problems with that size.
first one falls for him.
Well, look, I really appreciate how Franz Wagner does a little of everything. Along with plenty of scoring, he's a multi-dimensional player.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Both good from the line that time.
Well, this league expects versatility from front court, and Franz Wagner has really risen to that challenge. You see him getting sharper across the board.
Drains it from beyond the arc. Maxey's got 13.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And it's Antetokounmpo, top of the key. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline.
Attention everyone. Now coming on to the hardwood is your
And it's Maxey with the ball for the Charlotte Hornets. Leading by 5. Siakam outside. To the middle. Antetokounmpo with the steal. Pass to Wagner. Here's Thor. He's covered by Gay. Now Wagner. Just 4 to shoot. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
They are on fire to start this second half. 3 for 3 and looking totally in sync.
It's Gay on the way. He's got 6. Shoots. Franz Wagner grabs the miss.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Clint Capella.
Well, right there, Wagner uses the pump fake to ensure that contact he's looking for.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Please give a big round of applause for your king is his.
So both teams making some changes here. And the first one drops. Timeout called by the Kings. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated. Or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Both free throws good from Wagner. Charlotte in the lead. Maxey deciding where to go with it. Pass to Griffin. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Hornets lead by 3.
This is the kind of selfless...
Oh, what a move! Giannis!
How do you even come up with something like that? Giannis is an artist.
And staying an all-star back in 2022, DeJounte Murray has since been trying to regain that all-star form.
Absolutely, Kevin. And look, the major problem, like it is for a lot of guys, has been injury. When he's healthy, this guy can really play. He's a true two-way player and can help you win games at both ends of the floor.
Up top, Wagner. 17 points in the game. Giannis making his presence felt down low.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Here's Hardy. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Kings leading out by 3. The kick out to Williams. Here's Wagner. And they double up Wagner. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Two left in the third quarter. Pick by Griffin. Pass to Hayes. Back to Pajemski. Four on the clock. Charlotte needs to get a shot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Well, that one stings. In a game where every possession counts, he just gave one away.
Here's Sacramento now. They're on a 16-5 run. Drives to the hoop. Pass to Thorne. Drills it from outside. And now a 6-point Sacramento lead.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
Here's Asenge. Hornets with the rebound.
Missed opportunity. He's just got to shake that one off.
And it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track. Disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
To the paint. Here's Bagley. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
And so it's Sacramento with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Shooting the balls.
55.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Timeout, Sacramento. swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey guys, well, I was able to listen in on the Sacramento head coach talking to his team. He told his guys, quote, "Do not get complacent. No coasting to the finish line here. Stay on the gas, keep the energy up, and close it out." Coach doesn't just want them to hang on to this lead. He wants them to extend it.
All right, Allie, thank you for that. Just 5 on the clock. Here he goes. The offensive rebound. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Kings.
Well, they've clearly been focused on getting the ball inside. And up to this point, the defense has not had an answer.
And also, guys, the confidence to keep taking the three. It's been falling, so they've got to keep going back to it.
Left side, Hero. And he goes in for the dunk.
Well, he brings the heat. Hero giving the people what they came to see.
Here's the drive. Stolen by Gay. Pass to Griffin. Kicks it out to Maxey. Five to shoot. Goes up from the top of the key. Kicks it out to Gay. To the inside. Bagley. And finished off by Bagley.
Yeah, ferocious at the rim. Bagley can finish with power or finesse.
Inside. And the dunk by Capella.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Pass to Rollins.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
First person substituting on the court.
Hornets trail by 5. Outside, Maxey. Takes it out to Siakam. Launches a three. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
Rise and fires. This is Siakam's attitude off the catch. And with these results, you understand why. Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Siakam, right side. And there's another one for the Hornets.
And right now, Siakam is cooking. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep feeding the hot hand.
And it's slammed in by Williams.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? It's Capella. Williams with the steal. Murray down low. Williams outside. Screen by Giannis. Now Murray. Shot clock at 3. Jackson fires. And the 3 misses. Now Siakam. And stolen by Murray. The finish. Giannis rips it down.
Just another day at the office for Adetokounmpo. This guy consistently puts up points.
And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Hornets trail by 6. Now, here's Maxey. Rebounded by Adetokounmpo. Williams outside. Here's Murray. 6 on the shot clock. He's off from 3.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's Siakam. Launches it. And down goes the free.
Massive hoop there from Siakam. We've seen him do it in the finals. This guy is showing he's made the big moment. And that three was big. I mean, it cancels out the triple at the other end, and that appeared to really tighten this game up.
And here's Maxey. The putback. Oh, hits the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Murray with it. He drills the three.
You know, I think Murray is at his best when he's unselfish, looking to create for others.
Maxey, trained from outside.
Not one to turn down a challenge. Maxey, wow.
And so they foul intentionally. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Here's Murray. And an intentional foul right there. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. He's able to hit the second one, and that puts them up by 5.
And not as productive a trip as you would like, but they're still in a pretty comfortable position.
And gotta respect the attitude there of Gay. If it's an important point in the game, he demands the ball.
And he commits the intentional foul.
14 foul.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And the Hornets making a change here. Second one is good. Getting both at the line. And it's a 5-point game.
Look, that's a pressure moment, and he came through.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaking.
For Sacramento,
That's off as well. So he misses both. The Hornets on offense. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock.
shooting for Sacramento.
And no good as the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. So he comes up empty, missing both. And so it's Charlotte with it, trailing by 5. Antetokounmpo with the rebound. And now we've got the intentional foul.
First personal foul.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And a tough break as his second attempt at the line, no good. Hero, jumper is off. So it's Sacramento picking up the win, probably a little.